Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pre-Market Live Show. Today is Wednesday, July 23rd. Almost at the end of July already. It's insane, but let's go through the market and see what's going on. How are you guys this morning? All information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. How we doing this morning? And that heat map's looking green with that Japan trade deal done, as you can see down here. We were talking about that last night. Good morning, Luis Rodriguez, Laptop Travel, Doge Mama 9, and everybody else. And before I even start, I'm just going to look at GTI. I totally forgot. I wrote it down last night to look at it for Doge Mama 9, and then I totally forgot to look at it. So my fault. And here we go. Let's take a look at it this morning. Down a little bit right there. And let's see what it's up to right here. Just a little bit of pullback. I think you are going to get a good setup. I bet this one's going to be a good one for next week right there, GTI. As you can see, that 20 and 50 trying to meet up there. That's where they like to get squeezed up right now, and that has been the pattern. So we will keep an eye on that. So there you go. Doge Mama 9 and some of the Japan ETFs that will benefit from the trade deal, DXJ. Let's see, and then we'll go through our Jolie's jumpers and our laptop lowdowns. Here we go. Wisdom Tree, Japan hedged equity right there. Doesn't look too bad to get up a couple more dollars. And EWJ is the iShares MSCI Japan ETF, and that did jump up this morning over 4%, and going to hit that resistance right there. So there you go, no problem. Doge Mama 9, and Bitcoin did drop over $2,000, and a couple of them did drop down. Solana's back under 200. Ethereum's at like 3,800, I think it just said. Or no, I'm sorry, it was 36. That one dropped down to 36. Ripple's at 345, and Cardano is back to 86. So we do have a little dip down, and ETF 500 was at 2.2 million. I did see that this morning. There you go at your crypto look right there, and it was a little pulled back. And again, here we are, just a little bit of pullback. The Bitcoin's crossing through that MACD. I was watching that the last 2 days. It's just been kind of sitting there, and it is a little bit of pullback. I think it's going to be pretty healthy, though, to be honest with you. Ethereum's going to pull back. It might be your last chance to get these bad boys at a decent price before they really start ripping. So here's your Solana, just pulling back. It's in the top. Solana could still bounce up there. It depends on what the market does for it, but it's not looking terrible at that 198 right there. And here is Ripple, and that is kind of basing out at the top. We could see a little bit of pullback as well. And even Doge right there, a little bit of pullback. So nothing real crazy. And Chainlink, they all look basically the same, which you kind of like because they're going up in sync right there, which is always nice. So that is what we're looking at the moment. And of course, I just clicked off of the Jolie's jumpers, but let me get back to that right here. And BYND, Beyond Meat, what's that doing this morning? That's running up there, Beyond Meat right here. It certainly is. It's been running up and looking good in the top right now. So there you go for BYND right here. I didn't even know that was running up, to be honest with you. Beyond Meat, isn't that like vegetarian meat one or something? I think something like that. I remember running during COVID, and it's like fake meat or something. I forget exactly what it is, but anyway, that's Beyond Meat. And let's see what CDLX is doing here. Let's see what's up this morning. Cardiolytics, and that's running up as well. Keep an eye on that. That looks like it could continue to run. We were looking at Donut last night, Krispy Kreme. It did jump up. It's looking pretty good right there. And I did say that looked pretty decent. It was running up there. And what it closed at last night was at 552. This morning, 540 to 558. Came down into the 450s. What a dip. And then 527 right now. So running around right there for a good old Krispy Kreme donut. Their donuts are pretty damn good, I must say. I haven't had one in a long time, but they do have good donuts. And GoPro, look at this thing jumped up there into the top, looking pretty good this morning. So everybody's getting their GoPros out there, and they are popping up. Our HCTI, we were talking about a healthcare triangle, and there you go. Look at that bad boy jumping up there this morning, up 30%. And that was on the list for a little while right there, HCTI, and it's looking pretty good to continue its way up there. So there you go with that one. And LVLU, remember we were looking at it last night. We saw it on the scanner. It's a apparel one, And let's see, it was kind of jumping. I forget what it was even doing last night. I just remember mentioning it because I said it was an apparel company. It was running up there yesterday, a little bit of pullback there this morning, it looks like. So I just remember seeing it there. And OFAL, we looked at the other, that was on the list back here, and it dipped down, and then you got a nice little pop up on that one there. So OFAL, and it's staying in that resistance right there for now, but going to be a good setup. So that one we could keep an eye on. Hong Kong Construction and Engineering Company right there, and PLRZ, another one we went over last night, and that one was setting up right there, and it did jump up a little bit, as you can see. Let me just take a better look at it because the trend line is kind of messing me up there. But yeah, there you go. It did jump up, and it was looking pretty good last night. So there you go. And let's look at that RNAZ right here. Transcode, and this thing just trying to cruise up there. It's not looking bad, actually. RNAZ. So I'm going to watch that one today because look at that jump up right there. And it looks pretty healthy to continue up. It's at 11 at its top. So keep an eye on that thing because it could continue up. And of course, our Wang and Lee is cruising, and you guys know how early we were on that. And it's up to 13 cents now, popping up. Remember, I said it was going to hit the 50, and we'll see what happens. Well, it just busted right through it like it wasn't even there. So there you go. That was a beauty right there, Wang and Lee. So keep on cruising. We'll see what that wants to run up to. So there you go, everybody. That's our Joe Lee's jumpers right there. Let me just jump into the laptop lowdowns real quick. We'll take a look and see what we're going to be looking at coming up because that's basically what happens. Red Hill right here had recently run up. I remember now it's got that pullback, but looks like it's trying to set back up right there. And AMIX. Auto Mix Medical is pulling back, so that was run up, another pullback right there. That's what we do look for, that's for sure. And ATNF 180 Life Sciences was a huge run up right there. It looks like it's almost staying in the top. Check that one out today, guys, because that one could continue to cruise up there. And Everbright Digital right here is going to make that curl up and start setting up there. So that one's going to be a good one. Let me just jot that down for my list right there. EDHL. Keep an eye on that going into next week. And GSIW is like a garden one, I think, garden stage. And that is a Hong Kong one. I know it recently ran up and then it took a huge dive the other day. And it's still in the basement right there. So we'll be watching for that one once it gets set up. Not ready yet. NMLEC. Mulek Sciences is a big dip down there, and we'll be watching that. And this ORIS I had on the list last night, and this thing took a huge dip, and it could actually start to cruise right back up. It's Oriental Rise, and it could start to rise right there. It's a China's packaged food one, and took a giant dip yesterday. I was watching that thing and had it on the list there. And PFSA Profusa has been dipping down, setting up. Almost looks like a shell company up here. It's a medical company. I know it ran up like sometime, and we were right there. We were looking at it as it ran up a little bit that one day. And it's been dipping down in SHFS, I think it is. Yeah, SHF Holdings is pulling back as well. And let's see what SMX Security is doing right here. And it recently reverse split. I do remember it was running up there a little bit, and then you had this big pullback happening. And this one's going to be another one that we're going to be able to keep an eye on, SMX. Familiar with that one, and we've traded that one around. And XPON, I think we've traded like the entire market at this point. You can tell I know like almost every stock ticker. It's kind of odd when I'm like, I don't know that one, and usually they're brand new. XPON had run up, and it is pulling back right there. So we'll watch for how far that one wants to pull back in this 22nd century thing. Had been running up the other day, but still in the basement. Remember that pop up and never even got cruising. But this is going to get set up. And this is type of cannabis one. I know it's like a tobacco company, but they do cannabis stuff right there. And speaking of cannabis, MSOS right here, just sitting flat. We'll look at it. But remember who gave you Tilray yesterday or 2 days ago on them. I talked about that one Monday, and boom, that one popped up pretty nice. So there you go. And YOUL. I can't even spell you. YOUL Life. And that thing's down there going to curl up. So it might be a good one for next week as well. And there you go with your Jolie's jumpers Jolie's jumpers and your laptop lowdowns right there. And let's see what else is going on in the markets. Let's take a look and see what you guys want to look at in the SPY and big caps. We already ripped through crypto, and let's just go through and see what the SPY is up this morning. Again, we had that good news with the Japan trade deal last night. So let's take a look and see what's going on here. S&P 500 just did something it's only done 4 times in years, and here's what happened next. Might have to look into that one. I'm not sure exactly what they're talking about, but we might have to look at that. U.S. stock market concentration risks come to 4 as mega caps report earnings. Dow future 200 points after Trump announces Japan trade deal, and how the dollars drop could scramble Trump's agenda, and stocks power ahead as U.S. Japan strike trade deal. And I can barely read. But anyway, here we go. Let's look at the SPY and see what's going on here. It is up 239. It's trying to curl into that top right there. It is trying to curl up on the MACD, and I don't know. It still has a crazy look, guys. Some crazy stuff going on here. They do have it running up. He has a Rolodex of things that they can pull out, and they could get it to crawl up there and have it run up even higher, which would be pretty amazing. I'm not going to lie. So I am not sure. We'll watch it today as it opens up. That's what I need to see and see which way it's going. But we figured it would be up today on that Japan news, and it is up. So there you go. And let's take a look and see what else is going on, because Apple's up a little. It's hitting that resistance, not looking bad right there. And Amazon right here recovering from yesterday's little pullback. And we'll see, like I said, they're all right there where they could go any which way. And Google had been looking good, and it does have earnings at the end of the day. Look at it, just poked its head into the top. I don't know if I trust it, guys. So you do have Google, Tesla earnings at the end of the day, and that could be huge. So it could be throwing things off. I don't know. I'll be looking at this thing pretty closely today. We're about to get fired in the earnings season, and Meta right here looks like it wants to pull back. It's up a little bit. They have their earnings coming up as well on July 30th. So we have to see how these Google and Tesla earnings go today and see what's going on there. And Microsoft, who thinks that Elon had bought a bunch of crypto before it popped up and made Tesla's like earnings sheets go nuts. He's done it plenty of times, so I wouldn't be surprised. And look at our chandelier right here hanging on for dear life, 506 at Microsoft. And it is trying to crawl. It came out of the top, and it's trying to crawl back up. But I really don't think these things are going to make it, guys. I just don't. I mean, if they do get back into the top, I'm going to be completely amazed. I'll tell you that right now. And there's NVIDIA with a nice dip yesterday, and looks like it's trying to crawl up. And we'll see if they're stair-stepping down. We'll be able to tell basically today, I bet, with the Google Tesla earnings, and we'll know exactly which way the market's kind of moving right there. So let's look at our Tesla, because they have earnings at the end of the day. It's up 50 cents, and I just don't see these things popping off of earnings. But again, they can do anything, and anything can happen in this market. It has been a wild one, that's for sure. And I'm just telling you what I see on the charts. AMC looks like it does want to pop up, and that has been running up. GameStop's been running up, just as we had been talking about. And Chewy right here has been looking pretty good, guys. And that thing's getting set up. Look at that thing trying to get set up to run up there. So that's looking good. And Unity is coming down, and that had already run up pretty nice. And how about our Netflix right here? And that's pulling back. It's up a little bit, but it's just kind of stair-stepping down, and that's what we had been talking about. And our semiconductors are still up here. And again, I think everything's going to still be coming down. He might even hold the market up with all these trade deals, and has that Rolodex. So again, he's been able to control this market like it's crazy. And I have to kind of tap into what that administration really wants to do today, because I'm telling you, the market looks crazy too. but they have so many things up their sleeve that they can do all kinds of different things. And it seems like he doesn't want it to dip too hard here, but I don't see how it's not going to unless they just start throwing out a bunch of trade deals. And obviously, it'll keep bumping up the market. So that's what we're looking at the moment right now. So taking a close eye at it, close look at it, and TSM right here. It's just trying. Yesterday, it pulled back. Almost looks like it wants to bounce off that 20 right there, but it doesn't look like it's going to get through the resistance. So it looks like they have a small window right there. Is what it looks like to me at the moment. So the window's been closing and closing and closing and getting smaller and smaller and smaller here. So SMCI doing the same thing, bouncing off that 20 a little bit. Not so sure it's going to hold itself up right there. And AMD right here is up a little. Same situation, guys. I just don't know if they're going to be running into the tops again. And QCOM, same thing, has that resistance. So he's going to have to come out with a Rolodex of good news to keep this thing rolling. Snow looks like it wants to come down. These things are just up today because of that Japan trade deal. And there's your PayPal up, and I've been talking about that one running up, and there you go. That was perfect. NINTC right here, Intel, and that one is kind of curling up a little bit, but I'm not so sure when is their earnings. July 24th, so that's tomorrow for them, and I'm not so sure that one's going to make it up there. So interesting look going into the real earnings here. I think the earnings are really going to get kicked off at the after hours today with Google and Tesla. And here is Dell. It's holding itself on the 20, but not impressed with that look either. And let me see what IBM is up to, because that had been pulling back, just holding itself up. And their earnings are coming up. I know they were like tomorrow. Today, IBM reports today as well. So that should be a big one. That one looks like it's trying to set up to run. They might have some good earnings right there, as a matter of fact. So we'll be watching that. And Palantir right here is trying to run up a little bit more. It was pulling back. It could roll right off the MACD. And we knew that one had been looking good, had some healthy pullback. And the Sophie trying to run back up into that top again and bounce off the 20. So definitely some interesting looks today, that's for sure. And here's Mara and Riot, and they are pulling back this morning. As you can see, that Mara was, and here's Riot pulling back a little bit. It's in the top, and it looks like it's trying to stay up there. And CleanSpark right there is also just kind of hanging out there, not trying to make a base, but could pull back a little bit. And MicroStrategy hit that support line yesterday, kind of bouncing off of it. Looks like it's going to get moving again. So that's a good look for crypto anyway. And Robinhood right here had been pulling back and didn't even get to the 20. Looks like it has that bottom look. They want to curl up a little bit, but again, I don't think that's a big curl up look. And Coinbase right here is trying to curl back up a little bit. Maybe Coinbase might run. We know Bull was looking good and it was running back up. We knew it was bullish the other day. And Space right here has been running up. It's sitting on the support line. See if it bounces up in the top again. It very well could right there. And Boeing is in a good spot right here. Now it looked like it was going to fall down yesterday. Maybe you get another run up, but I'm telling you, that look up there looks like something's about to happen. And I would have to assume they're coming down, is what I keep telling you. So don't get caught in it. And DJT up a little, and it is trying to get set up there between that channel, I must say. And Fun right here hasn't really been, excuse me, running a whole lot there. More pullback. It was trying to set up and then kind of pulled right back. And McDonald's right there is trying to curl up a little bit more. That is in the channel. And Disney over here is not looking too bad. But again, Luis Rodriguez, I'm just not sure it's going to run off the 20. It wants to, though. Look at that thing. But at the same time, it looks like it wants to pull back. And their earnings are August 6th. And let's see what Oxy is doing right now. And that is, I'm telling you, these things are getting set up. This oil and gas right here, you can see it happening. And you might have a nice little curl up. RBNE, I think, was up a little bit this morning, or it was. Maybe it's not. I'm not so sure. I thought I did see it up on the StockTwits app, if I wasn't mistaken. 324 to 329 was that today. And that is yesterday. I don't know. Maybe it was running on there. Not so sure. Maybe it was yesterday's price. I'm not even sure. I thought I saw it on there. And anyway, here we go. Let's see what else is happening, what you guys want to look at real quick, and we'll see what else we can find in the market. But yeah, it's going to be a wild one in that Wang and Lee at 13. Look at that, guys. That's a beauty right there. PAPL, Pineapple Financial. We've looked at that. That's a big jump up right there. That has one of them weird looks that I don't know about, but there you go. It did run up for whoever had it. Coop right here was running up. Mr. Cooper Group. That's a mortgage company. And let's go ahead and see what you guys want to look at real quick. And let's see PAPL. Just said that Pineapple Group right there, and Ophel big winners today for laptop travel right there. So there you go at the Pineapple Group. And we looked at OFAL, and there you go. And Toyota Motor, what are you up to? Whoa, look at that bad boy, Luis Rodriguez. Holy cow. Is he not the freaking Toyota Motor master right there? Jeez Louise, Toyota Motor jumping up on the Japan trade deal, I bet. And nice call for Luis Rodriguez right there. Good morning, Cadence. How are you? And UNHG right here. Let's see what it wants to do. And that is UNH. Oh, they have a leverage now, huh? That just started. Didn't even know that. Laptop travel. And there is your UNH. And it's not looking bad, that United Health. They have earnings coming up. I have to sneeze. Excuse me. Sorry about that. And well, yeah, they have earnings coming up, and it's not looking bad to get set up here. You can see it start to curl. And here we go. Let's look and see what else is going on. Tiger. What's Tiger doing? Central Florida. Gardening, TIGR right here. This is a Singapore market cap or a capital market one, and it's trying to move a little. Let me take a better look at the Tiger right here. And TIGR, it's okay. It's been running up. It looks like it's going to continue to stair step up, is what it looks like right there, and probably try to get up into that 1150, 1170 areas. What that looks like to me, Central Florida. And let's see, laptop travel. Did you get into? You said I think you might have got into the Toyota Motor, and yeah, Wang and Lee running up there. We were super early on that one. And GoPro PLRZ Donut being pumped on a meme, pumped by the pump and dump cartel. So there you go. I'm not sure who's all pumping them up, but they are being pumped. You could see it. And Kohl's the other day was included. And guys, I see these things like a month before they even happen. So we not GoPro or them, but we had looked at Kohl's and a few other ones, and now I know that people are pumping these things. I'll have to keep an eye out and see which ones want to run like that. BOFA seems breakthrough potential for quantum computing, and that is BOFA. Wasn't that running up or something like that? What's the name? What was the stock ticker for BOFA? Wasn't there a company like that or something? I forget. I thought we were looking at something yesterday, something similar to that. I'm not sure, but there you go. There was something. I forget what the heck it was. And Rocket Mortgage right here has been looking good. It's been rocketing up there and up a little bit more. I saw that up, and we had been watching that RKT. So there you go, Zach. Big run up, and be sure to be taking some profits on that one as well. And let's see what's going on. S&P recently achieved a rare milestone by recording consecutive annual gains of at least 20%, a feat it has only accomplished 4 times in the past 50 years. So historical data from these instances suggest varied outcomes, with the index experienced significant gains in some cases and notable declines in others, depending on economic and market conditions. I think we're going to see some crazy gains, guys. So that's what it looks like to me. And CLSD running on news. What is CLSD? Let's see what that one is. That's not that? Nah, hold on. That's not what I was thinking of. Clearside Biomedical. There you go. And I know we've looked at it. That one is running. What's their news today? Announces approval of XPair supracordial treatment for uveitic macular edema in Canada. I don't even know what the heck they're talking. I'm telling you, they make like the names, this stuff so crazy you can't even read it. I mean, it's nuts. But it is fun to try to read, I guess. I don't even know how anyone knows what the heck they're talking about with that shit. So I know who does. The Godfather and Money Mark, they always know about this stuff. He always like they start talking about this. They pronounce all these medicines right. I'm like, how the hell do you even know what they're talking about? I just can look at the stock chart and see what's going to happen. I have no idea what they're talking about. So it's just interesting to me. But yeah, the charts tell you what's going to happen, and then people look at the fundamentals and actually do know what's going to happen. It's pretty wild. ARM right here. Let's look at it because that's setting up to be pretty strong. It looks like a little bit of a pullback to just cruise up, and it's just a little flat, not even pulling back. And CMG is Chipotle, and let's see what they're doing. They have earnings coming up today as well. So Chipotle has earnings, and it's looking pretty good on that dip right there. So it might be a good one to take a look at today. I don't know. That 20's coming down for it, hitting the 50. I'm not so sure. I'll have to look at that as it runs today, and I'm sure that they're going to have them after the after hours. I'm not sure what time anybody actually reports, to be honest with you. I just know Google and Tesla are supposed to be in the after hours because Luis Rodriguez told us so. Orly right here, that O'Reilly, and that's moving. They have earnings coming up as well today. So there you go for O'Reilly. I think they have like a commercial on the radio, and I've heard that before. And SPXS still weak, incredibly, historically, very, very cheap. You're not kidding right down there. And that is crazy. I tried to go to SPXS. I don't know what I typed in, how I got the Soxes. But here you go. Look at that thing way down there, guys. And I'm telling you, it's going to pop up eventually. And it looked like it was trying to. And now you just have that little bottom happening down here. So we're definitely keeping an eye on things. But, Trump can roll this market like no one's ever seen before. So you just never know, to be honest with you. And Oklo is what is this one? Nuclear one. That's what I was trying to think of. And that one is trying to roll back up right there. So that one looks pretty good to keep an eye on. OKLO. I would say that looks good. OTLY beat earnings estimates by a lot. And that's Oprah Winfrey backed. What is OTLY? I don't even know what the heck it is. Oatly Group right here. And let's see what's going on. They had earnings and Oatly reports, and yeah, I'm not even sure what they do, but anyway, that's Oatly right here, a packaged food company, and I guess Oprah Winfrey likes them. So there you go, and PAPL had it out at 924, and UNG is very low risk trade, and that is at UNH is at that one. Yeah, so there you go, and that just opened up yesterday or what to 22nd, yeah, yesterday, and it's moving up a little bit. And again, that UNH is getting set up right there, so we'll be watching it. And does the Tiger King have the ability to watch our live streams? I'm not exactly sure, Luis Rodriguez. That's a good question to ask him on Thursday because I got to talk to him again. So I will ask him that question. Good question right there. Feet that is not sustainable. FFAI, that's that doing. That was a big popper yesterday. That was cruising up and it's still moving up a little bit more there into the top. So there you go. And Doge Mama 9, that HCTI is looking pretty good this morning. That's for sure as it runs up and hits that 50. We were looking at it, wasn't even run up that much this morning. And it's cruising right along right there. So you might even get through that 50 too. Just as Wang and Lee just busted right through at 50 as well. So look at that bad boy. So yeah, they're cruising right now and looking pretty good. Of course, we looked at GVH, and of course that one announces the reverse split and then pop, but that's all right. Some of these guys are starting to run, and there's Bit Farms right there, not looking bad. It is in the top, and this Chancellor one or Chanson International. This thing's getting set up too and running up there, guys. So keep your eye on that thing. That's looking pretty good. We went over a few last night, and SPX, the January 26th call options are dirt cheap right there. And Oatly makes oatmeal milk. So there you go. The milk delivered from oats. I don't even know who likes that stuff, to be honest with you. I mean, just if you're gonna drink milk, just kind of drink milk or don't drink it. Like, who drinks oat milk? I mean, it's kind of crazy. I don't know, but I can't imagine there's a huge market for this stuff. Um, but then again, they do charge you an arm and a leg. So let's see how our defense stocks are doing. Luis Rodriguez, LMT, right here. Lockheed Martin trying to bounce back up. It's probably a really good opportunity right there, to be honest with you. And Northrop Grumman in the top, and that one might pull back. So I would have to say, definitely keep an eye on Lockheed Martin right there. There's Huntington Ingalls right there. And Defen, let's see, that one's just kind of bounced down, nothing too crazy right there. So there you go. FFAI is joining the Russell 3000 bullish news, but in trouble with NASDAQ over compliance issues. So there you go for Faraday Future. And this one is running up there. You might have some pullback there, but it is looking pretty good. And Nader nailed that one. I must say, he was all over that one early and gave us that one on the show. So here we go. And actually, I got to talk to them guys, and I'll have them come on, like I said, and we'll whoop, I didn't mean to hit that one. And have them come on and check out and give us another rundown of what they can do and all that good stuff. But there's that Wang and Lee way up there this morning, looking beautiful. 90, it's up 90% right now, guys. So we smashed that over 100%. Mullen trying to do something, still in the basement. Don't ever trust it. HCTI trying to move. That's CLSD and OFL GoPro. Donut Open Papple Pineapple guy. That GIBO, keep an eye on this one. This one's trying to set up. That NCNA isn't looking bad either. NIXHL still cruising up here, guys. So that one might continue to move up, as a matter of fact. And that DFLI, a little bit of pullback, big run up yesterday. TNFA, a little bit of pullback there, and AIRE pulling back as well. This one I've been watching Raya because that one had a big old dip right there. And let's see what's going on over here. That Mara pulling back. OP is Ocean Pal, and that's way down as well. And Tilray running up, like we had said. Rocket Mortgage running up there, but take some profits. And Lucid making a nice base. Bloom's trying to get set up, so we'll watch for that one. So that's what they look like. And let's see what's going on this side over here. And let's see, PAPL, CLSD, a bunch that we just looked at. ABVX, that one's jumped up there. And that is that one we looked at last night. Luis Rodriguez had mentioned Wang and Lee and Donut, RMSG kind of pulling back. Real Messenger Group right there. And here's a couple other ones. So this one looks like it might run up in the top a little more. And what's that one doing? I think I got to sneeze again. Holy cow. I don't know what's going on. My allergies seem to be bothering me this morning. But here's that YYAI thing right here. We had looked at this before. I know it's changed its stock ticker like 4 times, it seems like. And it's pretty new. It's not even that old. But anyway, it was a different stock ticker before. It's running the top. I don't know if it looks that great right there. So there you go. That's what we're looking like. And let's see some of the top gainers over here real quick. And we've looked at all these guys, and VICR is way up. Not sure what that is, and my stomach's growling like crazy, so I guess I'm hungry. And anyway, here we go. That NEOV had been running up right there. Is that one we were looking at last night? I totally forget, and said it might have some momentum. I have to look and see. But anyway, LVLU, that STOK running up there, and Toyota Motor went nutty there. So great call. And Kirkland's still running up. So that was a good one, too. We had just been watching that, and it looked good. And here's your Rich Tech Robotics. It looks like that one wants to run up. And we were looking at that last night. So there you go on them guys. And let's look at Pew and see what we're looking at here. It's trying to get set up. It's not ready yet. I think you still have like a week or so, and you could level down a little bit. I think that probably was about your bottom right there at that 762, but it could, as it gets set up, maybe drop down a hair down here and then get set up. You do have some time, probably closer to next week or maybe even 2 weeks, it looks like, to be honest with you on that one. And EOSE right here, that EOS Energy. Robin, how are you this morning? And they have earnings coming up July 30th. And let's see, that one's just kind of stair-stepping its way up. It's not looking bad right there. Let me see this EOSE. And yeah, it's not looking bad. And it just does. I would watch for any of these pullbacks right here because I think they're pretty healthy. Like yesterday, you had it come into the 566, and today it's just kind of sitting there. But it does look like it's stair stepping its way up, and it does look pretty bullish at the moment right there, Robin. So there you go with that. We can keep an eye on that one for you. And let's see what else is going on here. Pretty green right there. Let's see what our SPY is up to at this point at 7:40, close to 7:40 in the morning here. And let's see what's going on. It is up a little bit. And again, it's just a weird one, guys. It's way up there. It's trying to poke its head into the top. It's still pulling back on the MACD. It's giving you a mixed look completely. And I guess that's why we're not really messing with them, and we'll take advantage of Wang and Lee's and things of that nature right there. So there you go. And what's that Copart doing? I didn't even. Oh, I meant to just click on the thing, and that's up right there. 40. This one looking pretty good. It was looking really good. Has that kind of look, but we'll see what it wants to do today for CPRT. And again, it is up from the other day right there. I thought it was going to run. It does look pretty good to try to run up to this 20 right here. So that would be in the 47 area. So not looking too bad for Copart right there. And let's see what else is going on. Ryan Moore, how are you? And Fit, what is that one? I'm not even sure what that is. Fit.v? Is there even something like that? I'm not even sure if that is something, unless it's like I don't even think that's a crypto one that I know. Let's see. Fit. What is that supposed to be? Ryan Moore. Let me know because I'm curious because I'm not sure what you're even asking to see, but I want to look at it. So let me know what you're talking about there. And Bull had been running up there, had been pretty bullish, and let's see what it looks like. I bet it still is pretty bullish. It's just kind of stalling out there, a little flat, and it's a little bit of help. It's just kind of stair stepping up right there. So nothing crazy. And we looked at it right back here and said it was getting bullish. So there you go with Bull. And let's see what else is going on this morning. I think we got all that. We did the news. And let's check out PLL and SG real quick. I'm not even sure what they are. PLL, Piedmont Lithium. We were talking about lithium ones. And there you go. That one is cruising up, looking pretty good, I must say. So keep an eye on that. That does look like it should continue its way up right there. And SG right here. Let's see what SG is doing. That's Sweet Green Restaurants, a company. And let's see. It's just kind of run up there this morning. We got to see if it wants to continue to run up now. Let's see. It doesn't look bad. It could be a little flat today, and have a little bit of pullback. That's stair stepping its way up too. You got a bunch of these guys stair stepping up as you see the markets changed around a little bit. And like I said, I can't imagine these big caps and Mag 7 staying up here. They are kind of pulling back a little bit and trying to make space, and maybe they will leg up. And Trump, he wants this market cruising, guys. So there you are. And FIT.V, Canadian drone, I'm not even sure, violates aerospace. Let me see. I don't even know. Let me see if I can pull it up on here. I'll just write in the company violates. Yeah, I don't even see anything that pumps up on or hops up on that. That's weird. FIT. I'm not even sure. What do they even trade on? Because I don't see it on an OTC or anywhere around here. Maybe it's just on the Canadian exchange and I don't see it. So I haven't really had that issue before, to be completely honest with you, but maybe that's the case. I'm not sure. I've never heard of it. LTRN, let's see what that's up to right here. LTRN, Lantern Pharma, and that one kind of spiked. Well, it looks like it gapped up and came down, is what it looked like to me right there. Let's see what it did. 425. Let's see. It closed yesterday at 403. It opened at 425. It ran up a little bit and then it came down to 395. So I think it did have that spike up and it's not beating through that resistance right there. I think you're going to come back and roll off, and that's where you're going to see that run right there for Lantern. That's where it will light up. So there you go for Lantern, LTRN, LC Die, and CoreWeave. Let's see what that's doing. CRWV or whatever. What is it? There you go. CRWV. And it is getting close. We're just going to wait for that 20, but it is definitely getting close right there. And ATCH, let's see what that chart looks like. JB ATCH. Oh, hold on. Here we go. And let's just take a look and see. A little bit of pullback right there, and I'd obviously watch for this one to try to roll off that MACD as it gets there. It looks like it's coming in for a soft landing to do it. So Atlas Clear Holdings right there, and it does look like it bottomed out right there at that 17 cents. You're up a little bit, and again, just watch for a little pullback. It looks like it's going to pull back to that bottom and roll off the MACD is what it looks like right there. And it is on the Canadian exchange. Yeah, I'd have to look to see how to get there, Ryan Moore, and because I'm not exactly sure. I never had that issue, but now I'm curious about fit.v. So let me do a little research today, and I'll check it out, and then I'll update that one later, and I'll write it up here so I really remember. There we go. And there you are. And CIIT been bouncing at 1 USD also could be ready soon. So I know we looked at this thing not long ago. Wasn't it I thought it was a shell company or something, or it looked like one. And yeah, you're right. It is going to get ready real soon right there. CIIT, that one might be a really good one to keep an eye on. So good luck there, JB. I like that one. And what is it? CIIT. So let me jot that down. And you know what we can look at real quick that was setting up yesterday? FedEx and UPS. These things are looking pretty good. And look at that running up there. UPS is probably up a little, and they are getting set up as well. So keep an eye on that. That IBIO is looking pretty good. I checked it out just because we were looking at OBIO or something, and this thing was starting to curl up there and look pretty good. It's up a little this morning, not too crazy, but not looking bad. And what's that Jack in the Box doing? It's just kind of chilling, but it doesn't look too bad this morning. That's for sure. And what else were we looking at? EIX, that thing was trying to get set up, and it is up a little bit this morning. So there you go with that one. And this AutoZone was looking pretty good. It's just kind of chilling out. And what else were we looking at? Lucid. That one didn't look too bad last night. That looks like it's going to cruise up. What's this QMCO doing this morning? Up a little bit, curling up, not looking bad. So there you go. And of course, our penny ones are cruising wangingly way up there. HCTI looking really good this morning, up 50%. And this Chanson International, this thing's getting set up, just flattened out a little bit right there. And we'll be keeping an eye on GIBO right here because that's getting set up as well. You can see it running up 20 coming down, and that thing should get moving relatively soon. So there you go with the market review. And hold on. Sent me a chart for FITV plus the link to the exchange information. So perfect. Here's the ticker right here. And let me pull it up over here. Hold on. Let me take a look. It's at what 65 cents. It did pop up there past that 90 the other day. I think it's just a little healthy pullback from what it looks like at the moment. And I'm talking about FL. Oh, it's FLT. I was putting FI. Maybe that's the difference right here. And we'll see if it comes up. No, it might come up on mine. Hold on. I was putting an I in there. That's why it wasn't coming up. FLT. I still don't see it, huh? I guess they don't get all the Canadian exchange ones, and I guess it doesn't run on the OTC or anything, just on the Canadian. And let's see. So yeah, TSXV right there. And but yeah, not looking bad to make a base right there at 65 cents. And like I said, I'll take a look at it. I'm not even sure where the heck I guess you go on the TSX site and get the Canadian tickers. That's how you'd have to do it. But yeah, 65 cents making a little base right there. And I would have to look at it a little better, but that's what I see at the moment anyway for FLT. So it's an L. not a I. I thought it was Fit TV, but it's FLT.V, and it's a Canadian drone one or something you were saying. So there you go, something interesting. And thank you, Laptop Travel, for sending that info, and I will check it out. And solid night show list, awesome. And yeah, we're gonna, like I said, I'm gonna be doing the show list different each time now. We'll take a couple from the night before and what looks good. I've been going through them all. Obviously, I do every day, but I'm gonna really be changing it up and doing all kinds of good stuff. So you guys will like it. And that night note, guys, I'm telling you, is insane. I mean, just if just look at the Discord night note, and it's wild, guys. I mean, I've been nailing it for 3 days, and that's all you need. That, and then the rest of the Discord's insane. So what a value I think I added with the night note, because it's been on fire for the last 3 days. The 3 days I've done it anyway, so we're not going to stop doing that. It gives me a good game plan too. I like it a lot. So those of you that aren't in there, you might want to check it out. And any questions, just hit me up on X. Send me a DM anytime. You guys know that, and I will respond unless it gets lost in the spam world, because I can't even keep up with the spam. I gave up on that like third page of the X. It's like 50 a day now, guys. Like the more I delete, it seems like it doubles coming in. I'm like, I'm done just messing with it. So if I don't respond to somebody, make sure you just like post to something, like send a comment, and then just tag me with it, and that Dougie Fresh pick, and I'll see that, and I can make sure I look for your DM, or I'll definitely reach out to you and send you a DM so that we can speak. So yeah, I'm telling you, spam is insane on X and everything. It's just out of control, guys, and all the fake accounts and bots, and yeah, the social media stuff is definitely not the same anymore. It was really good there for a little while, and then it just taken the bots and everything just taking over. It's crazy. And Cadence loves the night note, so thank you, Cadence. Thanks for the feedback. And is the night note for plays the following day or overnight? Nah, for the following day, Robin. Yeah, these things are going to be popping. And if you look, I have like the momentum plays, and then I also have ones that are ready to pop, and they've been on the money. So and a couple penny plays that have been running up there too. So yeah, check that out. And they are for I'm not a big overnighter. And plus, when we get done the show, by the time we get done, I do the note at like 11 o'clock at night. By that point, you're just kind of getting ready for 4 a.m. So the only thing that's a little bit throws things off a tiny bit, I must say, is the 4 a.m. opening up and seeing what happens. But I think we do the momentum plays for that too. So if you're getting up early to trade, you can look at the momentum plays and pretty much nail them as well. So, right clicking and blocking those spam X spammers. I'll have to look at that. I usually use it on my phone for everything. And but yeah, I that's why I turn the comments off and stuff. But yeah, now it's just like the messages are out of control. You get tagged, like people send these, like they change profile pictures. So I don't know what the hell they do. I'm not even involved in these groups. Somehow I get tagged in them, and it's like 50 of them a day. It's like absolutely absurd. And I showed you guys, like you get your regular messages, and then you get other messages, and then there's a whole nother page that says show more, and then it's a whole page of just spam. And then every once in a while, like one person's message will get like filtered in there. It's bizarre. And it's like 50 a day. It's insane. You can't even keep up with it. You can't block them all. You can't do anything. They just keep coming in. So yeah, it's terrible. I'm telling you. So X is not that great anymore. I'm telling you, social media platforms aren't great. That's why the Discord's awesome, because you can get in there. There's no spam. You can see everything you need to see. You hop in. You roll down to my page, hop on the note, see what I said for the morning. Everything's rolling exactly like I thought. Ben's morning note, real easy to find. The shows, Godfather's page, real easy to find. Swing trades, long trades, this one, that one. And I realized, and I asked them guys, because I just kind of joined myself with them and got into it and became a part of it. But the VIP trading, because so many people do ask about it. I had to ask because I wasn't 100% familiar. But the VIP, because I just knew that um you can get all the trades inside of it without having VIP. They do post a few trades. So this is what happens. So anybody's interested in the VIP or in the Discord, this is how it works. And I had to ask them guys exactly how it was broken down. And the VIP trading lounge is more for day traders, like swing traders. If you're trading 20 like all day long, you don't have a day job, and that's all you're doing 24/7, or that's your 9 to 5, and you're just you're cranking out trading like I do. The VIP trading room's a very good benefit because they go through swing trades in there, and I've been paying attention, and they're real fast. A lot of actions going on in there, but again, it's moving very fast, and they're very, and then Ben's open about everything. They're talking about in and out prices and everything, entries and exits, so you get all that. So that's what the VIP trading lounge part is for. So if you're not going to be like trading full time, then you don't necessarily need that VIP one, which is obviously a lot more money, and but it's way active. But again, it's really for them day traders that are going like boom, 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 ba boom, ba boom, and yeah, I've been paying attention to it. I had to ask them guys just so I had clarity, because people hit me up and asked, and at first I'd say, hey, listen, I know you can get all the trades in there, so just try it out for a month if you want without the VIP, and then you can check and see if you want to add that on there if it benefits you. So yeah, if you're not trading like 9 to 5 or nine, like really 4 to 8 nowadays, but really like the 9 to 8 or whatever, 9:30 to 8, and then yeah, that's what the VIP is filled or is mostly for, them guys that are trading hardcore all day long, nonstop. And then everybody else, I'm telling you guys, you can just get in there. There's great swing trades, overnight trades, and then that night note is setting up for the next day there, Robin. So yeah, it's been money right there. And again, I'll get it at just the third day, and I'll get it a little more, a little better. We'll get the entries and exits a little bit better there, and as we go along. So I'll be messing with it this weekend, trying to tweak it a little bit more, but I just wanted to get it started, see how it was working. And so yeah, and the momentum plays, they are great for like that 4 o'clock hour, but a lot of them are big ones too that have been just running, so they are just swinging crazy. So yeah, just keep an eye on them. But I do make the momentum plays, and I say momentum because they basically have been running. They already have that momentum behind them, and they do like to spike up right there. And then the setup plays obviously are ones that are just setting up. They didn't really run yet necessarily, so they're getting set up to move. So yeah, you have ones that are like that Copart. I put that one on there, and it's up. Obviously, it's moving along. You can see, and it's just a little slower, but we should get up here into that 20 range. On that bad boy. So yeah, it's just all over different ones. But look at that thing curling up, look good. So all the setups that look real good that obviously jump out to me, I'm going to be posting them on there on the Discord. And yeah, and then in the night note, I try to make everything after we go through the show. I go through my notes and try to put everything together there. So that is what I am doing there to explain it a little bit better. But yeah, the momentum plays will run during the day as well. They're just already moving, so you just got to look at them. And a lot of times at 4 a.m., them things start really cruising when the market opens up. And again, that's just a totally different market condition than ever before now with this 4 a.m. So it's something that I think everybody still adjusts to be completely honest with you. It's really just pretty new. I mean, it's like within the last year, less than a year, where 4 a.m. is really just taking control, and there's a huge pre-market. Before, the pre-market was at 7 a.m. and these penny stocks would run. They would run up until 9:30, keep that momentum going, and then around 10:30, 11, you'd have to be like, all right. Even before that, some of them would get sold off real hard. Now 4 a.m., it's wild. Is there any early 4 a.m. warriors? Yeah, like I said, laptop travel. So if you look at the list and you see is some of the momentum plays are obviously running up first thing in the morning. And then that 4 o'clock, it's like a tornado goes through. And then when we come on, we kind of see that the dust settles after 4 a.m. What they did, they went through the market, did what they did, and then it's got to reset up. It's like an entire day went through at 4 a.m. and it doesn't even last long. It only lasts like 20 minutes sometimes, an hour tops. And yeah, it doesn't last till 7. It's over from like 4 till 5 basically, and not even that long. It's wild, guys. And so I do think we'll catch the 50 up there. We'll have to see when it's going to catch some momentum right here. It's going to get up to this 20. We'll see what the candles look like as it gets up there for that Copart CPRT. But yeah, I mean, it is moving up there pretty nice from down here the other day, and it doesn't look bad. It's just kind of stair-stepping its way up. And it looks like something's going on there, that's for sure. So there you go with that one. And we'll see it try to get through the 20, and then we'll see if it can get right up to that 51 area. But it's not looking bad to try to move. So yeah, just easy early, like easy plays like this I'm going to be putting on there, and making it pretty easy for everybody to lock them in. And again, the whole idea is I know everybody's busy and it's hard, we go through a ton of them on the show, so which is perfect. You can sit there, take your notes, and check it out and go through it. I mean, we go through the entire market, but if you really want to zero them down and see what exactly is moving, what I'm trading, and what's going on, that's what the Discord is for. And so yeah, I will be getting obviously more involved with the night note and making it even better in the trading and stuff. We're just getting fired up in there, and I'm just getting used to it, kind of getting a little situated, to be honest, getting my routine, honestly. And that's how I am. I get like routined and then zoned in on things. So that's how my body operates. I don't know if everybody else's brain's like that, but yeah, I get in my routine and then I get zoned in. I'm telling you, I'm getting zoned in for sure. I already know that. So we will destroy the market. But that is what that note's for. And again, I just started it. And as an idea behind Ben's morning note, his morning note's really, really great. So that's why I did the night note, thinking, hey, we go through the entire market, and I thought it would be beneficial for me. And it has been, honestly. It's been great. And it's like writing down a trading plan. You can just go through, see which ones, and then it just gives you a quick list. You can go through the couple that you like, or, the ones on there, they're looking good, and pick the one that you like. And because I give you a nice little variety of even penny ones, mid cap, small cap, big caps, and people like different ones. So I try to give a variety there for everybody. So that's what it's for. And again, it'll get even better as the weeks go on here. Just kind of started it this Sunday, and just threw a format out there, and I think I'm going to add to it a little bit each day. I think I've been adding a little bit, and honestly, I could type a little bit better. The first day I was doing it all with one finger. It was a pain in the butt. So now that I can actually start to type, I'm telling you, I took this thing off after the show last night, and yeah, I don't know if I have to wrap it many more days, guys. My fingers like almost healed up. It's not gorgeous, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I'm telling you, I am just blown away with how fast I literally grew a fingertip, guys. I'm not even like exaggerating. I grew a fingertip. It's like nothing I'd ever seen in my life. And I told you the surgeon was kind of blown away. I am completely in shock because I've just never seen anything like it in my life. I've not put anything on it except for this yellow thing that they gave me, this gauze. I forget what it's called. And I just used the last piece last night. And yeah, it's like a Neospore, and there's nothing that could have ever made this thing heal like that. I've never seen anything like it. I'm telling you, they should do a science experiment on me right now, because I don't even know what happened, guys. I cut my fingertip off, and it just grew right back like it wasn't even there. Even my nail looks like it's like kind of perfect, almost like it doesn't even look that bad, and it got down to the nail, missed the bone. I don't know how. You don't even see the bone anymore. That's like completely covered up. You didn't even know the bone was sticking out. I'm telling you guys, it is bizarre. I've never in my life seen anything like it. So crazy stuff, I'm telling you. What a science experiment I am, that's for sure. But anyway, there you go. And let's see. Oh, inside the Discord is there is not an early 4 a.m. Warrior page. Maybe I have to talk to Ben about that laptop travel for you, and maybe get you in as a 4 a.m. Warrior right there. That might be a good one. I'll actually talk to the guys about that. How about that? And we'll see what we can do for that. That might be a great idea for you. And so yeah, well, I'll definitely discuss that with Ben and Rhett and the guys and see what's up, and I'll talk to you. So yeah, I'll hit you up about that. Laptop travel might be a great opportunity for you as well, as a matter of fact, because you do cross the 4 a.m. and it's a great opportunity for everybody that wants to do it. So I think that might be a good idea. I'll definitely talk to them and do it. Cadence likes that idea right there. So yeah, I think it's a great idea. Ben listens to the show quite often, so he might be listening. But I will definitely reach out to them and ask them for sure. And they're always looking to make it better, obviously, and bring more people in. So it might be a great opportunity for sure. So I will definitely talk to them about it. You know that, and I will hit you up, laptop travel. You know that. We talk all the time anyway. So here we are, and that is what the market looks like. And AVGO is down a little bit right there, it looks like. And yeah, pulling back to the 20. And I'm telling you, I mean, they're going to keep this market up as much as they can because they've been doing it. It just has that look. And again, we'll play around the SPY, the Mag 7, and them guys, and that type of thing. Because right now they just look a little bit crazy. Even like Google and Apple, I mean, they're setting up looking pretty good, but they could go either which way pretty quick. You can see Google is up. Look at it; it just went down as I say that. So Google is up, and it just went down. And yeah, I'd be really uh be careful with these things right here. Apple hitting that resistance right there. It's trying to get over, and it looked really good. We knew it was running up, so it did run up there for us. But we'll have to. I have to see when these things open up, to be honest with you, because I'm just not convinced that they want to get flying. I know that the market's green because of the Japan trade deal, and again, they have all these trade deals in their Rolodex, so it could be crazy, and they could just keep popping up the market like that so it doesn't fall down because it should be falling down. So, again, I got to kind of look at it and see exactly what the administration wants to do at this moment and see how they're trying to attack it. We know what the charts look like, but they're manipulating them like crazy. So, that's the issue here. And again, you got to kind of put my mindset into what they're up to. And this ABVX, we were looking at it. Luis Rodriguez mentioned it last night. It was flying up there. I'm just wanted to see if it was flying up anymore. I knew last night it went nuts. And it stayed up there, ran a little bit today. So there you go with that. But yeah, we'll be looking and seeing what the SPY wants to do and all these guys. And again, some great opportunities out there that we will take advantage of. That's for sure. So there we are like that. And let's see, getting 99% of days even traveling. So yeah, you're a good, laptop travel. You're always on there. And some days you just have to travel. I mean, it is what it is. We all take vacations and have things going on. So that does happen in life. We all take vacation days at work, get sick, and things of that nature. So I try to be pretty consistent, you guys know, even on vacations. And so I even tried to do the show that one morning from Vegas and I passed out. I literally had just gone to bed. I set my alarm for like 2 hours later. The thing went off. I was like, I can't even think. And but I was trying, I wanted to do the show. And then obviously the market was closed. It was the weekend and stuff. But yeah, I'm away on vacations. I still do the show. So unless I'm like traveling on a plane, which is pretty hard to do shows on an airplane, that's basically the only times I don't do them, or if I'm really sick and I really just can't even think. So yeah, I try to show up every time, and like I say, consistency is where it's at, and it doesn't take much to be successful in life. I tell you guys all the time, just be trustworthy, honest, reliable, and hardworking. Them four things. It doesn't matter what you do in life. If you have them four things, you will always be successful. People will always turn to you, trust you, obviously, rely on you, know that you're going to show up and you're going to work hard. It's a real simple formula. and you can do it anywhere, and it'll just take you right through the ranks at any job, and you'll be that person that has all the I always say there's always exceptions to every job. There's always somebody that has the exceptions. They can come in late, nobody says anything, they can leave when they want, they can do basically whatever they want, but when they're there, they knock out the most amount of work and they just crush it. I know, I've been that guy for a lot of jobs, and yeah, you do, you get a lot of exceptions, and you them people do deserve exceptions because they work their butt off, and they work probably 10 times harder than most people, and that's why the bosses, they see that, owners see it. I've had people work for me like that, and I've taken care of them immensely, because again, you just don't find people like that everywhere that have that mindset, that drive, that can just really work like that and care and do things and treat it like it's their own business or their own job or their own company, and perform and like really make it a great thing for you. So you take care of people like that, because there's not people out there every day applying for jobs that have that mindset. So when you do find someone like that, you hold on to them, you take care of that person, because trust me, they're making you money. It's when you own businesses, just the turnover and just hiring and training people costs you a fortune. So it is pretty wild, I'm not gonna lie. And so yeah, you guys know I love business and everything. And JB, reason I joined the Discord, and I talk language us amateurs investors can, you know why, JB? I'll explain why. I have zero financial background. I'm self-taught everything. I don't know the terminology. In the beginning of the show, when we first started doing it, me and Laptop Travel we used to do like a little game almost, and he'd post up charts and like and ask me what they were, like if it's Head and Shoulders or I have no idea. Like I really can pick out a couple different charts, and I don't know what anything's called. I make up my own terminology, and like I say, things go in the top, the bottom. I don't even know what the stuff's really technically called. I'd never even look it up. I don't ever care, because none of it really matters to me, to be honest with you. You can tell the names of the companies don't matter, the stock ticker, nothing matters. It's only the stock charts, the only thing that really matters, guys. And has been that way for the over 20 years that I've been looking at them. And again, I just started to really look at the names of the companies when I started doing the show. And it's been a great cognitive therapy session for me, trying to like and I just do, I remember these stock tickers and the names of the companies. I've been doing that for like 20 years. It's so bizarre. I remember stock tickers that have already, like, from back in the day, that aren't even trading anymore. It's really weird, and I have a brain injury. I can't remember anything, but for some reason I'm like in the matrix with the stock market. And again, I am just self-taught. I have no letters after my name. I'm not a charting expert by some financial reasoning or anything like that. But I'll tell you what, you guys watch the show. I'm not sure if there's anybody else that can rip through charts like we can. And again, I have zero, and that might be the difference. Nobody's ever taught me, hey, look for this, look for that, do this, do that. I just learned it all on my own. So it's taken a while, but it was well worth it. I'll be honest with you. And it was a hobby of mine. Like I say, I tell you guys, if somebody had told me I was on the spectrum back in the day or still, I wouldn't doubt it at all. I've always liked these patterns and things like that. I do. I've just always liked these types of things. And so yeah, it just kind of fit me for whatever reason. And again, I heard Warren Buffett when I was younger just literally say, I'm not even a smart guy. I just happen to be in the industry that makes the most amount of money, and I'm pretty good at it. And that's all I needed to hear. And I was like, you know what? I'm not that smart either, but I could probably figure that out. And there you go. And then, like I said, I liked stock charts, and I started looking at them, and then they would tell you what happened. And as I looked at them more and more, and I'm telling you, like on a Friday night in like my 20s, I would sit home and just look at stock charts for hours and try to pick out patterns and what was going on. And my friends would be out at bar. I wasn't a drinker. I never liked alcohol, so I wasn't really hanging out at bars unless we were out doing promotions. I told you I created I Love Roadhead, so we did a ton of partying. Don't get me wrong, but I was going to the bars to make money, not to spend it. So it was a difference for me. I had a different mindset. And then, yeah, I just enjoyed these stock charts. And for whatever reason, I started getting into it. And like I said, you could kind of see things happen in events and things. That was more or less the things that I had looked at before. And maybe it's why I can do it still to this day is pick out the events that are going to happen, because I wasn't really fascinated with trading before. When I first started, I could actually see the events unfolding by looking at some different indicators. And that's what I had originally picked up. And I think that's what made me so fascinated by it, because I was watching this stuff and then watching what was going on in the world, going, man, that thing just said like that was going to happen. But at that time, I didn't really put two and two together to realize what was happening, because I just had been learning. And as the years went on, I'm like, well, if this pattern sets up and this one sets up and that one, this is definitely happening. And it does it every single time, guys. I mean, there's just certain things. And now if you go back, given that quick explanation, go back, and not everybody had listened the entire time, but if you go back to the last administration, the people that had listened before, you guys know I would always say the stock charts could never run like this another 4 years. And they have never run like that ever in the history of the stock market, because nobody had been running the country. So you can tell, I could tell by certain indicators and the way things are supposed to move. I used to say it on the show and try to point it out. It was a little more difficult. And back then we did the spaces more than the actual live streams, I remember. But I used to just see it. It would jump out at me so easily. Like, yeah, that can't happen like that. It's never happened like that. And it doesn't work, because if it does that, the stock charts kind of fall apart. And these things have a rhythm that they have to run. That's why Warren Buffett and these guys, and myself as well, can do so well. They just run in a pattern, guys. And it's all it does. If you look at it, it's like a heartbeat. I mean, just look at them, up and down, up and down. If you catch the patterns on these things, and then you find the dips. And that's why when they get up topped out, or they start having that look up here, you got to be careful, because look, you don't want to be up here when it pulls back. You wanted it in April and ran it up here. Now, when it pulls back coming up, it's pulling back. It's a matter of how far. Is it coming to the 50 to 200? I don't know, but it's going to pull back a little bit. It has to retrace, and then we go back and popping up there. So it's all patterns, guys. That's all it is. And the market's been running that way for an eternity, like literally for hundreds, however long the market's been running. That's what happens. And I picked up on it and was like, wow, this is pretty easy. And then, like I say, I just enjoy that kind of thing. I've always liked that, like them pattern things, and with my brain, it's how I looked at things my whole life. So it kind of just fit me. And like I said, once I started looking at them and actually being able to tell what the news was going to happen before it happened, that's what I was doing. I wasn't even looking at them to catch the 100%ers or anything at that point. And then I was just like, man, this is fascinating stuff. And then it just kind of drug me in there for 20 plus years. Then I started trading them, because I was like, you know what? I can tell what's going on. You can make some money with these. And then I started trading them. So, yeah, but I was looking at them literally when I was like 20 years old. I started looking at these things. I'm 45. That's why I say I've been looking at them for over 20 years. And again, it really wasn't necessarily because of the stocks that I wanted to go up. I don't know why I originally started looking at it. Again, it was because of Warren Buffett had said that. And I was like, let me check into this. And immediately when I started looking at them for like a couple months, I started to see events happen. And I remember that's what really lured me in, was actually seeing like the notes or the news and stuff happening through the stock charts. And again, I told you guys, I wasn't trading the entire 20 years. I didn't start trading until a little bit longer. I would just look at these charts all the time as a hobby. It was kind of bizarre. And then I was like, you know what? You can make money. So I started trading. And then you have your ups and downs and have to learn how to do that. So just because you get really good. And at the time, I was just focused on learning how to read these stock charts. I don't know why. It was just something that I was just interested in. And I had no interest in actually trading them at that point. And now, obviously, if you want to make a lot of money, you better learn how to trade them. And that's where I told you guys from the experience of over 20 years, I know how the markets run. I've seen every single thing. I've seen the '08 thing. I started, it's funny, Money Mark asked me about the charts in '99. When he was asking me on the show, it didn't even, that was the .com collapse right there. And I have looked at them, but it was right before I had started, I remember. So I really never like analyze things or anything, but I was going back and doing a little research this past week because Money Mark had asked me on Monday on this small cap show, and he said, hey, look at the market and it looks a little similar to 99. And I was like, you know what, it was right before I started really looking at charts and stuff, so I wasn't that in tune, and I never really went back to that .com bubble and looked at the charts like really closely to see exactly what was going on. And I've been kind of doing it this week, and it's kind of interesting, to be honest with you, how they got pumped up like that. And then you can just see them; they were ready to collapse. So again, that's what I look for on this, and that's what we've been looking for. But I don't think they're going to let this market collapse. They have it under control like nobody's ever done before that I've ever seen, and I don't think anybody could control the market before 20 years ago like this either. So it is wild to watch this market, and but yeah, that's exactly how I got into this and how long I've been doing it and why I even started. So, and then obviously you start making some money doing it and get involved in it. And again, I had jobs, I was running businesses while I was doing all this stuff. So it wasn't like I was doing it full time. I started basically doing it full time during COVID because I got rid of my landscaping and construction company because I was having a child. And you like literally, I had a huge landscaping company, guys. It was big. And you just couldn't operate because you weren't allowed to have people in your truck with you because you would get a ticket. It was crazy. And you try to hire people for landscaping and construction, you're going to find more than 3/4 of the people do not have driver's licenses in them industries. So you're constantly having to, they'll show up, they'll get a ride to the job, but they're not driving vehicles, most people. You'll get like one or two that you can have drive a vehicle, and everybody else don't have a license. I'm not kidding. It's crazy. So anyway, I was stuck with that situation, and I couldn't find anybody because at that time the government just started handing out checks to everybody for nothing. So who wanted to work? And then you had all that. So I was like, I'm not dealing with this, and I'm about to have a kid. I didn't need the headache at that time anyway. I had already done pretty well in the markets, and I kind of just sold it all. I said, "The hell with this! I'm getting rid of it," and I did. I sold it. I sold it to a buddy of mine. We made a really good agreement, and it worked out great for both of us. Let's put it that way. So it ended up working out perfect, and so yeah, that was that. And then I just started doing this during COVID, and honestly started trading with like Rich Davis and my buddy Timmy. And yeah, oh my god, we were killing it. We would have days that were like 10K plus 15, 20, 30, 50s. It was insane, guys. It was literally insane, the kind of money and you're going to see this kind of run happening again. And that's why I'm all excited, and that's why again I'm playing it a lot smarter because I've learned every step of the way. You learn from experiences, and if you don't learn from your experiences, you're doing something wrong in life. And that's everything in life, to be honest with you. You gotta learn from them experiences. Making mistakes is fine. You just have to learn from them and make sure that you realize like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should have done it differently, but it's fine. I wouldn't have changed it now. I made that choice at the time. And that's what it's all about, is taking responsibility for your choices and your decisions, and thinking about things and saying, is this the best decision at this time? And if it is, that's the decision I'm sticking with. And even if it was the wrong decision, I'm going to stick with that because that's what it seemed like was the best decision at that time. And then that's what I had to go with. So that's how you have to look at businesses. And not everything runs perfectly. Trust me, I've been through almost everything in life, I would have to say, including seeing the other side of life and floating through energy. So I'd say I've seen quite a few things, and that's why you just kind of just take things in stride. You smile about things, you laugh it off, because at the end of the day, you get stressed about it. That stress will kill you, and it's not going to change anything for you. And so yeah, you just got to kind of live your life and experiences and always do better. And that's how I've tried to do things, and I've done it with the stock market. Obviously, nobody's really good when you first start, and again, it's really about learning how to trade. And I think we all need better lessons on trading. You can never be, I feel like you can never be like the greatest trader. You can always get better, let's put it that way. So you're just constantly working to become a better trader, unless my algorithm bot, which is, I'm telling you guys, the hedge fund guys are really close to having this project done. And they said in the next like week, they're like 2 weeks behind, and they're talking I should have this thing in my hands in like the next 30 days or less. And I'm telling you guys, it could be completely life changing for almost everybody, because what we're going to set up, if it works, will be absolutely insane. So yeah, that's exciting. Been working on that project, and all kinds of great stuff. So that's what you do in life, guys. You just keep on cruising along. You smile and just keep on going. Life is not always pretty, and you're not always dealt the greatest cards in life. But you know what? You always turn that into a great hand, and then you'll make it work. And like I said, not everything works out perfectly, but you learn from your mistakes, and then you don't beat yourself up too bad about it, and you just move on and you do better things afterwards. So that is my story in life, that's for sure, and that's how I got here, basically. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, and like I said, Richard told me to do a podcast and a show about like 5 years ago. So I kind of listened a little late, and I wish I had listened to him before, because he obviously knows what he's talking about. And I should have. I don't know what I was afraid of. So I tell people, as a matter of fact, I tweeted out my buddy yesterday. He does sports bets. I've known this dude my entire life. Actually, we have the same birthday. He's a year older than me, and he's a great dude, Bobby Betts. And I'm telling you, this dude murders betting, sports gambling. He's been doing it for a long time, and he just started doing it online. And it was actually, he was doing a job right by my house, and hit me up yesterday, and we were chatting and stuff, and I was like, dude, I'm telling you, if you want to do it, just start it, dude, and any questions you have, hit me up, and I'll help you out. So yeah, he might come by and sit by and watch me do one of my shows one night, just to see how I do things, because he wants to start doing it. And I'm like, yeah, he's a really good dude. I like him a lot, and like I said, he's an honest, trustworthy guy, and he's been burning sports picks for as long as I've known. And I'm not a gambler like that, so I don't really get into that, but I know, I'm friendly with him. I know what he does. Let's put it that way. He makes probably more money gambling than he does at his real job, and he has a really good job. So he does really, really well. And so there you go, a little story time. And it's all about the money flow. Candlestick charts convert the activity into a coded language. Learn the code and decipher the money flow. You're absolutely right. And that's what I've always said. I always say you follow the money trail. This is the money trail, guys. The stock charts are the money trail at the end of the day. And I used to say that, and nobody really understood what I meant. I never really explained it. Like, hey, I look at stock charts, and I wasn't obviously as good as I am now at it, but you get better as you go along all the time. And again, I could pick out events like it was no big deal. It was just crazy. And you just see things on these charts, and the more you look at them, the more you do it. And that's why I enjoy doing the show, and love that everybody tunes in and looks at them. And I try to explain things to you, because anybody can do it. I've just been doing it for so damn long that I picked up on it. But yeah, anybody can do it. Relative, it'll take, I think, a couple years. And like I say, I wish somebody had done this a show like this when I was learning. I'm telling you, Jason Bond was like the only guy doing things back then, and that's how long ago it was. So, and then I know Tim Skies came around, and they had that Raging Bull, and then they had something, and that Jason Bond had Raging Bull, and they had a couple guys in there. So yeah, they were like the very first ones that were doing anything online, and I had been following them guys, watching it, and learned a great deal from just seeing them do it. They were like great penny stocks, momentums, and all kinds of stuff like that, reading these charts, and they can obviously do it like I do as well. But yeah, that's how I just started getting into it like that, and then just taught myself everything. So yeah, it's never ever too late to learn. And again, I think today with all the technology and everything at your fingertips, remember 25 years ago when I was doing this, computers were like not what they were today. They didn't have all these. I don't even know if FinViz was around at that point. I know it had come out. It's been around for a long time. I know that because I've been using it for a really long time. That's for sure. And but yeah, with all the charting services and stuff like that you have today at your fingertips, it makes it way easier to learn how to do all this stuff. That's for sure. Plus YouTube and the videos, and I do this, and other people do things. So there's a lot of great educational content out there. You just got to know that you're watching the right people. And I know that one guy, what's the warrior trading warrior guy, what's his name, Ross or whatever, he's really good too. He's I've watched a few of his videos. I don't really I watch things but not entirely because I don't have that time, but I do check people out to see what's going on. You got to know what's going on. You got to know what works and what doesn't work, guys. And that's how every business is. If you don't know your competition, and I don't have competition doing this, everybody just does their own thing, but if you don't know what's going on out there, how you ever going to get better at it and take and obviously everybody borrows ideas from people. You see something that you like and then you kind of make it work for you. You don't steal their idea, but you take their concept and then you make it work for you. So that's how you make things work. And you're constantly just changing things around and making them better. So just a little fun little talk right there. Doji candlestick pattern that forms when a security's open and close prices are virtually the same or very close, resulting in a cross. And that's the one that we would always talk about, the doji candle, because I would say all the time that one, I hate them candles right there. I don't know what's about to happen, but something's about to happen, and that would be the one that you guys would laptop travel would ask me like almost every day. I'd forget. It was crazy. And again, I have a brain injury, but yeah, it was hilarious. We used to do a game where he would pull up charts and I had no idea what they were. Like I didn't know a doji candle from any other candle, so it was pretty funny. It's never too late to grow. Just treat people with respect, and always try to be a good person. Can tell when a person is a real. Oh, totally. You JB, you could totally tell when people are good people, genuine, and like I said, I've known Covino and Rich for 20 years. They've never changed. They've had crazy success in life, guys, and them guys are more humble, I think, today than when I met them 20 years ago because they were 20-year-old dudes and they were doing a show on Maxim, living the craziest life ever. And I know I partied with them a whole lot. Believe me, I used to go up there all the time, and they were just the coolest, most down to earth guys I'd ever met. They were just so awesome, and still to this day are just the most coolest guys. So yeah, you don't change as a person, and money never changes you. If it does, or so that, then you weren't a real person. That's how I look at it. And I know people. I know somebody that's been extremely successful in the HVAC industry around me, and the dude's a total douchebag. Everybody hates him, and he is. He sits there and tries to flaunt his money and acts like he's great. No one gives a shit. Trust me. If I really wanted to start a big HVAC company, I'd do it. I don't really care. I'm not an HVAC guy. And but yeah, this dude acts like he's like the king of the world, and like it's like nobody cares. And I'm telling you, around everybody talks about this dude. So you don't want to be that person. Believe me, everybody just hates on you and acts like and knows that you're a douchebag. But again, that's you're a person like that. I mean, and yeah, I'm glad I was raised differently, I guess. Like I say, I like to be down to earth and you know, understand things. And also I look at things from a different perspective. I always say I look at every business as the owner, and I look at it as the employee. I've been in both shoes. I understand both sides of the fence. And again, to make things really work in life, it has to work for both sides. So not only as an employee or as a owner has to work for you, it has to work for the employee too. So they have to feel like they're fitting in, they're contributing, they're doing something, and they're being compensated right. And so when it works for both people, it usually seems to be successful. And some people just don't understand that concept, and they take advantage of people all the time. And this dude does. I know that. I mean, he tries to treat people right, but I'm telling you, it's just crazy. I know the stories that goes on, and yeah, I guess people won't ever change. That's what it comes down to, JB. And you meet people in life, and you go, that is a good human being, and you can tell right from the get go. Usually, some people can put on a fake for a little fakeness at first, but you'll read right through it. And so yeah, that's an interesting thing to say right there. But yeah, just be a good person, help people, and don't worry about money because it's a piece of paper and it really, I mean, doesn't do anything. If you don't worry about it, it comes to you. I always say that the least I worry about money, it always comes in tenfolds. And if you're stressed about money, it seems to be so hard to make it. I don't know. It's just like that mindset. And again, go back to what's that The Secret. Watch that documentary, and I'm telling you, it's all about positive attitude and mindset. I think I've done that for over 20 years now, and no matter what situation happens, if you just smile about it, laugh it off, and have a positive attitude with it, things always get better. And always, and like I say, I help people all the time. I never ask for anything in return. It just comes to me. It always, things just happen to me. So yeah, you don't necessarily need a handout for everything. You just help people. It always comes back in tenfold. And that's the way I was raised, honestly. And I've seen it happen for myself. And again, I watched Cavino and Rich. They took that secret mindset, a positive attitude, positive mindset, and they just catapulted. Like I remember when they started doing it, and yeah, and when you're a good person and you have that mindset, it just comes. It's like magnetic, guys. I'm telling you. And everyone that listens to the show, I can tell because I talk to a lot of you guys on DM and everything, and we all seem to have that same mindset and be good people, and we're all in it to better our lives and better our families, and even better like our communities and stuff. And that's what it's about. So you got to give back a little bit as well as you do well. And I believe in that as well. Like I say, I always try to help people, and it just comes back to you. So good little story time right there. And yeah, having success with real good honest people is the best, passing knowledge. And like I tell you guys, successful people will always help you out if they just don't want their time to be wasted. I know a lot of like really wealthy people, way wealthier than me, that's for damn sure. And they're the people that you want to surround yourself with. They always teach you how to make that kind of money if you just put in the time. They don't want you to waste their time, so they're not in it to they'll definitely teach you how to do it. It's not going to happen overnight, and you're going to put in time and help these people do things. But guess what? They're going to show you the ropes to change your life. And I'll give you a quick example. One of my buddies, I'll post out his Instagram. He's insane. The dude does the craziest work. He put it this way: he does all the professional athletes in our area, landscaping and drainage and stuff. There's nobody that can do any work like this guy. I promise you. I grew up with this dude. And it's not because I grew up with him. There's just nobody on his level in this area. I know the people that do everything. And this dude does the craziest work. I'll post him out. Lisk Landscaping. I'll give him a good shout out. He's awesome. And but yeah, the dude is just a good dude. Just does it the right way. And now he has literally like every single manufacturer, like these paver companies, they want to work with him now. And he's doing videos for all these companies and all kinds of stuff. And all he did was just do it the right way, treats people great. And yeah, he's had the same employees for like 20 years. And yeah, he just does huge beauty. I'll post out his Instagram. I'll give him a good little I think he has more followers than me, as a matter of fact. I helped him do he did a DIY network show, and I helped him do it. It was awesome. But what I was going to tell you is this dude's really good at what he does, and I helped him do a couple jobs. We're good friends. We've helped each other. But this dude knows how to do drainage. like nobody else, guys. I mean, there's nobody that can guarantee a drainage job like this guy. And he doesn't do French drains. He does everything from the outside. And I wanted to learn how to do it. So I said to my buddy Lisk, I said, yo, let me work a job with you one day, a drainage job, and because I want to learn how to do this stuff, and then I can kind of do these jobs on my own. He's like, yeah, man, no problem. He's like, let me know when you want to work with me. I'll set up a day or whatever you want to do. He's like, I'll even pay you. I'm like, I don't want to get paid, dude. I just want to learn how to do it. I'll come help out. Like I said, I helped them do the whole DIY network thing. I had to like push jobs back for a week, and we banged this thing out. You should see that. I'll post that thing. It was really cool. And but yeah, he taught me how to do these drainage jobs, right? And then I was doing drainage jobs on my own after that. That's why I have a dump truck in my driveway, because I would do these drainage jobs, and I'm not kidding. They're like $10,000 jobs I mean, that's what they cost to do. I was banging them out by myself with no machinery in a weekend, digging them all out, moving the ton of stone, laying it all out perfectly, and done from a Friday to a Sunday, a $10,000 job. And the material is like literally like $1,000. So yeah, you could bang. And again, just being smart, knowing that you could do this, I said, yeah, let me work a job or two with you for free, learn how to do this stuff. But that's what you do, guys. You got to give in a little bit to take out. You know how much money I've made just doing drainage jobs? Holy cow, you have no idea. It's insane. And like I said, I could bang them out in 3 days myself like a beast. I can't do it anymore. I wish I could. I could literally go and do one every weekend if I wanted to. And that's a crazy amount of money to make. And it's great exercise. I actually enjoyed it. It kept me in good shape and I liked it. So, and sometimes I would bring like one helper and that's it, and take care of them really well for the day, because you're just making crazy money. But yeah, it was that's what you do, guys. You give a little, but these successful people will teach you the ropes. That's my point of the story. Successful people will teach you how to do it. Just don't waste their time, and that's their biggest thing. So just a little story time right there. And GRPO is gone right there, huh? GoPro? Is that GoPro, right? Is it GRPO? I thought it was GPRO. There you go. Oh yeah, she's gone. There you go. GoPro running up there. So yeah, you did little. And Ross Cameron, that's his name, Warrior Trade, and he is amazing. He's a great dude too. You can tell he's a really good guy. And again, you can just hop on these things and see who's good people. You can tell right away, guys. I mean, it's not that hard. And like I pointed out all the time, I give props where props is due. Doge Mama 9 knows. I shouted her out on the small cap show this week. I was talking about silver. I said, hey, Doge Mama 9 hit me up with a message saying, check out silver, and looks amazing. So yeah, you always give props to where props is due, and that's the way it works in life, guys. Things always come back to you, and yeah, just be humble about it, I think. And again, I posted yesterday, I don't want any new cars either or anything fancy. I don't really care. Give me something old that's like gas, and I don't even care if I have to roll up the window manually. I know I can fix the car when it breaks. These new cars are garbage, guys. I mean, the EVs, the new cars, everything, it's all garbage. You can't fix it. It's a throwaway society. It's a big waste of time and money. So I don't know what anyone's talking about with these EVs. They cost so much money to produce and make, and they're not worth it. They're not worth it. They suck, and I don't even get it, to be honest with you. So yeah, I don't even see how people like EVs. I guess people enjoy not going to get gas, and they like to charge their car. I can barely charge my phone, let alone charge a car. And but yeah, I just don't get it. You're not going to see me with an EV. I'm sorry, but that's that, guys. And good stuff there. A lot of good conversation. Like I said, we do the stock market, we do it all. Let's look at the SPY real quick and see what's going on right now. It is up 225, and I'm telling you, I ain't messing with the SPY right now. It looks crazy. It's trying to get up there. I would have thought if it really wanted to get in there, it would already ran up into that top, I think. So I think you are going to see some pullback happening today. And that pullback looks like it wants to happen. So it's not like it doesn't want to happen. It definitely wants to. They just keep pumping up the market with good news and telling, with the Japan thing. Apple up over that over that resistance looks pretty good. But look at Google. Remember, I said it might fall back down, and now you're down. So there you go, guys. And that's exactly what we were talking about. That's the market review for our pre-market on a Wednesday. Interesting day right here. And what was happening? I forget, the mortgage or something. I forget what it was today. Yeah, the mortgage applications, and then tomorrow's initial claims, continuing claims, and manufacturing and stuff like that. So there you go. But more importantly, we have some big earnings coming up. It's Google and Tesla. Let's look at Tesla real quick. Earnings in the and look at them down. I'm telling you guys, I think this could be the start of our dip right here. This is the big earnings right here, and this could be the start. And then I think if they pull back again, they're going to pull back for a couple weeks, and then they're going to rip out of their mind. So I'm getting ready for it, and we'll play the ETFs coming down. We're just being careful. Obviously, you didn't want to jump in any yet. You can see how they keep jumping back up. So we've been monitoring this market, making sure we know exactly what it wants to do, and still hitting the poppers. Like I said, I stayed out for a week or so, but now you just can't stay out forever with the SPY looking like that. So you just work around it and go after the ones that are moving. Look at that Wang and Lee. Holy cow. It's up to 14 cents. It was just almost up to 100% right there just today. So that's a beauty. Can't wait to go look at the account on that one. And there you go, everybody. That is a great pre-market review, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. I enjoy it as always, and I'm glad you guys always tune in. I greatly appreciate it. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence, everybody, and make sure you guys lock in those profits and trade smart today. Any questions, feel free to hit me up. And let's see, I'm just making sure computers. Yeah, Laptop Travel was using a phone to make trades when when I was just in diapers, guys. So Laptop Travel, we've talked about it before. He was trading when I was born, and so he is a little older, but he's been doing it for a very long time. And yeah, he was calling into brokers making trades back then. They didn't have anything such as a computer back then. So like I was saying, the technology is crazy now at your fingertips, and so much easier to learn this stuff. I don't even know how you guys did it back then. Obviously, you guys had newspapers. They'd get a newspaper, look at the newspaper, see what they like, had to call up a stockbroker and put in their trade, and then call them back to exit the trade. Can you imagine doing that, guys? We just touch a button on our phone and it happens like this, or on our computer. So pretty interesting stuff right there, that's for sure. And technology has changed it big time. So there you are, everybody. GoPro's running up, and that is our pre-market. So goodbye, good luck, see you later, and have a great day, everybody.